Stop.
It didn't start right away. See? We're here. Uh-oh. Shh. We're in session, whoever that is over there.
It's okay. It's just my son.
Oh, Gabe. I said what's up. So you shaved the beard.
Yes, thank you, Captain Obvious.
Does it feel a lot better?
No,
No?
my face is so cold.
You live in Texas, man.
I don't care. I
It's
keep
about to
it
be
like
June.
in the 60s in here.
Yeah, I know. It's weird. In the middle of May, it's like 50 up here.
No, in my house.
Oh,
It's
in
in
your
the
house.
90s out there.
Gotcha. Here, it's like 50, but next week it's supposed to be like 80 degrees. I'm like,
Well,
finally.
whatever. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Anyways,
So, what did we talk about last week?
last week we talked about
Where to find him?
oh yeah, where to find comic books, yeah.
So talking about that, I found some cool stuff.
Yeah.
My the second and Charles was telling you about, they have penny a page that my buddy James told me about.
Right.
So
Do you find anything really
and
cool?
Flush Maj. So I got Kingdom Come.
Oh, sweet.
So we're talking about different our favorite story arcs in comic
Right.
books. So this just happens to be one of mine. But yeah, I paid how many pages is this sucker? 228. So I paid $2.28. It was awesome.
A penny a page, that is really cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, I gotta find some stuff like that. I haven't gone like hunting this week. All I did was unpack a couple things from my old nerd room. I
Oh,
still got
so
stuff to unpack.
well, my wife and I are going on a date tomorrow,
Oh yeah.
and we're gonna go to antique stores.
Your date's going shopping to antique stores.
Yeah.
People like, yeah, I'm going to steak and dinner. I'm going to see a play. We're going antique shopping.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna eat too.
Oh, where you guys gonna eat at?
No idea.
Oh, all right. You gonna leave it up to her, or you gonna choose tomorrow?
Oh, she's gonna make me pick. Love you,
Huh?
honey.
You should go somewhere different. Not the
I don't like
typical stuff.
change. I
Huh?
don't like change.
You don't like change? No, that really grinds your gear. Brr, Snowberries? What snowberries? All right,
Anyway,
welcome everybody to M&M That Day Loot podcast. Today we're going to be talking about our first storylines. I'm Maldo,
hi, Mark.
and that's Mark. Um, so for this topic, obviously there's so many great storylines out there when it comes to comic books, and some were adapted to films, shows, stuff like that. Some of the ones we picked had been adopted in a sense, where it's kind of like a render of it in a sense. They didn't even do the full storyline. But it would be really cool if they stick to the source material. Like, I mean, like every comic book nerds fans, like, hey, let's do this. Um, but we're gonna go with I'm gonna say one, and then Mark's gonna talk about his. And I'm not gonna go too into every single one, but I'm gonna talk about what I like about them and what I thought was really neat. So the first one on my list. So we're gonna both talk about four, right? We're sticking to four storylines each, right?
So I have four,
Mhm.
but I have an addition that we did not talk about earlier, and plus another thing to lead up to next week's
Oh,
that
okay.
I didn't
So
tell you about. It's a surprise.
it's a surprise. Ooh. I know I have way more than four, so there's gonna be some honorable mention, but I picked these four because I just like where where it went and how the writers just thought about it. Like, oh, we should do this type of thing and that. I mean, everybody's gonna talk about the Infinite Gauntlet and all that good stuff, that huge multiple crossover, and then you have the uh, what is it called? Crisis of Infinite Earth with DC. That's a really good one too. But no,
That's a
that's
good one.
not what I want to talk about. The first one I want to mention is, well, it originally started off as a video game. and they decided to make a comic book out of it, and I think it's really cool. Is Injustice. That's a really cool storyline. It got Joker finally got one up on Superman, and Superman just
Well,
went on a rampage and became like a
that
dictator.
wasn't hard to do.
No, it wasn't. But I mean,
No.
he tricked them in thinking that Lois Lane was Doomsday and beat her to death. And then in that moment, I don't know how he did it, but he had like a detonator in her heart. So when her heart stopped beating, a nuke went off in Metropolis, which I thought was really cool. And then Superman just went on his rampage. I mean, he killed Green Arrow. He had no concept of right or wrong anymore. It was just my way or the highway.
Mhm.
And it proved a point where like how much can a superhero take until they say enough is enough. We're going to do it this way because I'm tired, being a better person and things of that nature. And the
Yeah.
fact that Batman has to still try to hold a piece of them together when he couldn't. So I thought that was a really cool storyline. And I like the video game. And that's the
Shut
question
up.
against the parents. I don't think
Who cares?
I don't think I'll be able to edit that out.
Who cares?
It's all right.
It's
But no, I,
life.
I like that storyline because I mean, Superman goes on. He decided to start taking over the world. One world. What's it called? One world government. And he enlisted the Sinestro. He enlisted Black Adam. He enlisted people who doesn't have the concept of no nonsense. Like they either want to rule the world or they want to do it away. One thing I like about Black Adam, I'm going off this topic real quick, is to me he's more of an anti-hero. Not the Dwayne Wade movie, but I'm talking about like the actual comic books, like
Who?
The Rock. That's like
What you
Dwayne Wade. I
call
mean Dwayne Johnson. My bad. The Rock movie. My bad. But no,
That
he
movie
he
sucked.
he strived to have a better kingdom. He strived to have a better future for. He still thought about his people. So he just did it with an iron fist. He ruled with an iron fist. I get it, whatever. But I liked his decision of who he recruited to his team, whether it was through fear or whether to their own personal gains. So I really liked that comic. To me, that goes with Death of Superman. You know what I mean? Like what I mean by the Death of Superman is there's two things with diehard Superman fans grew up was he's always like the number one guy. He's there for the little guy. He sticks up for everybody, just like Captain America. So it was a shock when there was a death of Superman, and then there was a shock that Superman actually went like to the dark side. So I like that they show that he had enough, and it was a breaking point. But yeah, Injustice is definitely a really cool storyline for me.
And you said that did they come out as a comic book yet?
Yeah, they came out with the prequels and sort of like a sequel after the games, and they also came out with a movie too. I think I watched it on HBO Max.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, that was really cool. And it was what I liked about it is so in the video game, the when you defeat the evil Superman, they bring Superman from another universe to beat him because they're supposed to be you know toe to toe, bar for bar. But in spoiler alert, in the movie, that actual Superman, the good Superman, actually get his ass beat, and the only reason why is because the evil Superman basically told him, "You're holding your punches. This is the reason why you're so weak." He was like, "You're
Mhm.
holding your punches not to hurt me, but I will eliminate you." So I thought that was really cool. Like, yeah, I can see why evil prevails here.
I mean, that similar thing happened in a Spider-Man arc where um, Doc Ock gets control of Peter Parker's body.
This is Superior Spider-Man. Yeah.
I can't remember, and and so Doc Ock in Spider-Man's body punches a villain and like knocks their jaw off his face or something. I can't remember. It's been so long, but
Oh
I was
yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
like Doc Ock's like, holy crap, this
Like
dude's been
Spider-Man
holding
pulling his
back on us
punches.
the whole time. It's like, yeah, dude.
Now it's funny you said that. Like he said, "Holy crap, Spider-Man's pulling punches." So that made me think if they're sticking to the source material in Spider-Man No Way Home, where Andrew Garfield said, like, I stopped pulling my punches, well, he just knocking people's jaws off. Like, He was just killing people. Oh my god.
That'd be cool to watch.
Mm,
So my
that would be.
turn.
It is your turn.
So I have examples with me. The
Ooh,
Watchmen.
Watchmen.
Love it. By Alan Moore. God, when did this come out? This came out in like the 80s. But I have here the entire run. I got a first print,
Mm.
first edition, all that jazz of the Watchmen comic books. And oh my God. It was so refreshing seeing a comic book movie that was so close to the source material. And it was like a lot of people are like, "What's this?" It's like, yeah, read the comic books. Like it's dope. Oh man, that reminds me. That'll be for another episode, but I'm going to make a note.
Well,
Um, but yeah, so I mean, yeah, go get the comic books, but watch the movie. If you want to watch the show, go for it. I'm not watching it, but
have you watched the show at all?
no,
No.
no,
It's on HBO Max, right?
I think so.
I think so too.
Um, but it's just like watching that dark, gritty world of superheroes, but they're flawed and they're still, it's like to me, Watchmen is like an early dark, gritty version of like what The Boys is.
I was gonna
And
say that when I watched the Watchmen movies and I
yeah,
saw that one scene with I forgot a guy's name who plays
the
Jeffrey Dean
comedian,
Morgan. Yeah, and he does
yeah,
what he does, and I was like, the first time I saw that movie, I was like, damn, this is
yeah,
pretty cool because they show like superheroes who are they're humans and they have they have that battle between good and evil with
character
themselves,
flaws.
character flaws. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I thought that was pretty
Well,
cool.
yeah, that's what like a lot of the story arcs I like are real nitty gritty. That's one of my favorite storylines. Um, but yeah, like I could talk to you about that all day.
Yeah.
Doctor Manhattan, one of the most overpowered heroes in comic book existence.
Yeah.
Um, that actually is tied into another one of my picks. If you'll let me go into this
But
one real quick, let me get it again. I have examples. Oh my god! Batman
ooh,
Who Laughs.
Batman Who Laughs. That's another good storyline. That's his
Um,
character design is I think is badass.
but yeah, it's I could read this so many times. It's so amazing. Um, but yeah, talking about Doctor Manhattan. At one point, spoiler alert.
Go ahead.
So the Batman Who Laughs dies. Well, they take his brain out and put it into Doctor Manhattan's body.
Oh God, that's an uncontrollable force right there.
Yeah, and that's all I'm going to say about it. It's awesome. Yeah,
I'll give you that one.
yeah. Like, and again, that's another one I could talk to you for hours.
Hours on
It's so
Batman Who
good.
Laughs or
It's so
Watchmen.
both,
You're like, whoa.
dude. They're brutal and they're awesome. Good
So who? I,
storytelling,
I, I
and
will ask you this: who you said is Doctor Manhattan's equal in any comic book universe?
Shot in the Dark, Franklin Richards,
Well, I mean,
maybe.
he create universe. He could take away universe too.
Dude, like Dr. Manhattan can create anything out of anything. He can see everything all at once throughout time and space.
That is really
And he's, dude, come on.
yes,
He's
Doctor
overpowered.
Manhattan. Come on.
He's Dr. Manhattan. He's
It's funny
badass.
that there was this one. I think it was in a movie, or maybe I read it somewhere. they asked Dr. Manhattan how come he didn't intervene in the Vietnam War. He said that's between human conflict. He's like, I have nothing to do with it. I was like, oh, like I get it. You have your own principle. You have your own standards. Like if the fate of the world's at stake, then yeah, I'll step in. But if it's between two a quarrel between two people, let them do what they have to do. This is between them.
So
Because
good.
if you think about it, in all comic books, technically, if superheroes were alive, they could literally stop any war or intervene. Like, oh, stop, let's play it safe. So I
Yeah.
think it is what it is. I'll say my next storyline I like that I think they almost tried to adapt, but they missed the mark on this was the Flashpoint. That one was a good one. I like that one. I mean, the
Well, so
Flash goes
the
back in time to save his mom, but he does that, and then everything just changes. He comes back. He comes back to his present when his mom's alive, but his dad is dead, not in jail. He died through like 3 or 4 years ago in the comic books from a heart attack. Um, Superman is pretty much non-existent. Like he is, but he's basically was caught by the government and was conduct. He became a lab rat, so he's really not doing anything. And then there's like this ongoing conflict, a war between Wonder Woman and Aquaman, where they're like decimating countries
yeah.
between this war, and then at the same time, the rest of the superheroes are trying to figure out what to do there. And what really I liked about Flashpoint is that Batman is Thomas Wayne, because in that future or in that timeline, Bruce is the one that dies. Thomas Wayne does not hold back. He's the Batman in all these damn movies, Michael Keaton movies, when he just kills. There's not that one rule, I don't kill. He literally throws people off rooftops. He do things like that. And
Mhm.
what I thought was the coolest part about it is that his mom, Bruce Wayne's mom, ended up becoming the Joker because she couldn't deal with the loss of her son. So Flashpoint, I thought was a really cool comic book, and the way they thought of all these characters, how they changed them up. Like, okay, if this happens, like the butterfly effects. When this happened, all this happened. If you move one chair, when you travel, everything else just goes to shit, right? So I really like the Flashpoint, and the design of Batman is really cool because he has his bat symbol is red. So it's like more of darker tone with black and
Yeah.
red compared to black and yellow and things like that. Or
Well,
the
then he's
old
got
school,
like
like
pointy
yeah,
shoulder
pointing like
thing,
yeah, I forgot what you call those. It's not
shoulder
cowl, is it? It's
pads.
not a cowl.
No, the cowls.
Yeah, that cowl. Yeah,
Look,
I don't know what that
he's
is.
got
Shoulder pads.
he's got pointy shoulder pads.
Yes, shoulder pads. No, but I like that one. So when they made the Flash movie, they kind of brought that into there because when he traveled into the future or he traveled in the past to save his mom, everything changed. You know, the whole Superman was not existing. Oh, he died. Supergirl is out there trying to fight to destroy General Zod. And then you have the Batman, Michael Keaton Batman, and then at the end of the movie, spoiler alert, when he comes back, thinking he changed everything back to where it was, he's supposed to meet up with Bruce Wayne, end up being George Clooney, Bruce Wayne. So it's like I like the callback. They're bringing people back for the fan service, and I can see why they try to adapt it, but it missed the mark in so many
If they
levels.
really wanted to do fan service, they wouldn't have made that movie.
Oh man, what really upset me about the movie is that
As a
Supergirl, in
fan,
any
I would
outcome
have
she
been
has, she
happy with that.
dies.
I would have
You'll
been
be happy
happy
with
with
it.
that if they didn't make that movie.
I get that. I get that. But one thing that really bugged me in that movie was granted, superheroes are always supposed to come on top, right? I mean, that's what we expect as fans. But in any and every scenario, Superwoman just dies. There's no way the Flash can save her. She just dies. It's like your purpose in life is to die right here at this time. You cannot cheat death with this one. Doesn't matter how many times he changed the outcome before the fight with you and General Zod or whoever. You're gonna die. So
Well, like I've said in the past, it doesn't matter in comic books. The only person that stays dead is Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben. What about Gwen Stacy? I mean, there's Spider Gwen, but that's like
Yeah,
an
Spider
alternate
Gwen.
universe. That's an alternate
Yeah,
universe. But technically, she stays dead too.
yeah. But I mean, going off on Batman stuff and Joker stuff, And hell, even the Watchmen, talking about Alan Moore, another one of my personal favorites is Batman: The Killing Joke.
The Killing Joke, yes. Is it Batman the Killing Joke or Joker the Killing Joke?
It's called Batman: The Killing Joke.
Okay, I thought that was a Joker, like his top billing comic book.
But see, like that's another thing I love about Alan Moore is like how just ugh, like he's willing to go with his storytelling
Right.
and just how dark and gritty it is, talking about what happens to a certain character. I don't want to spoil it,
Yeah.
but what I do love about it is I remember Mark Hamill, who voices Joker, had retired, and he's like, "I'll come back for this." He's like, "If you make this, I'll come back," and he did. I was like, "Yes!" It was such a good movie. It
Yeah.
was so good.
The best Joker is Mark Hamill.
Yeah, yeah. Oh
What
my
is
god,
what about the Killing Joke that you made it one of your favorites?
it's it's very old school Batman feel because it came out in like 88, 1988, I think.
I think so, yeah, in the 80s.
But it still has like the original feel of Batman, like back in like the 40s and 50s, kind of
Right.
just real noir feeling.
Mm.
And like you can tell that Batman is so frustrated with not just the Joker, but with himself. It's like, I'm trying to help you, man.
Right.
And like that's his main goal is to rehabilitate him. And the fact that they get to the point where like that's never gonna happen, dude.
Yes, just give him.
And
It's a
it's
lost
just
cause right
like
here.
we're just gonna keep doing this rat race back and forth, and like the fact that they actually share a moment, at the end, and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. I really love that. Um, but like all the stuff that happens before that, there's messed up stuff. I love it though. It's good. I love it.
Right. Now,
But I do. I like that. I like that dark, gritty world, and we need more of that stuff. I think it's cool.
we
It's
need more
metal.
of the dark, gritty world.
It's metal.
Metal. Yeah. I do have to say, through a reader's perspective, when you said they share moments, I feel like at that moment, I mean, the entire comic book, the storyline, the Joker had one up on Batman the entire time. I mean, he was breaking them down. I still think that the Joker still came out on top because that moment they share, the Joker got what he wanted out of Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will say that's a loss for Batman. One of many times he lost to the Joker.
I don't know. I'm not going to call that a win or a loss for either of them. I
No,
just it was a moment shared,
I get
and
what
that
you're
was
saying.
it. And that was
I
it.
get All
I,
right,
I like I like it a lot. It's really good.
all right. So I'm gonna switch gears real quick. We were talking about a couple of DC comic books. I'm gonna head to the Marvel section. Now,
Uh-oh.
this is my second all-time favorite storyline. Is the Onslaught Saga. Now, with the Onslaught Saga, it's basically a set in psionic, I think that's what you call it, is an entity that is basically made of Charles Xavier's subconsciousness, his dark side, and Magneto just combined. And it created this physical being who all he wants to do at first wanted to get rid of all the humans. But now he's like, no, humans and mutants. I'll just destroy it. He wants to start everything all over. Why I like this comic book so much is because around the time as a kid reading the comic books, this is like my biggest crossover. I'm like, you had X-Men, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, the Avengers are all trying to figure out how to take this guy down. And I
Yeah.
thought that was really, really cool. Like it started and this is what I'm kind of going off topic, but I feel like X-Men 97, the next season, is going to lead into Onslaught. Because if you remember one of the last episodes, Magneto rips Wolverine's skeleton out, right? Remember that? He pulls out of that Charles Xavier, shuts him down. That's what caused Onslaught in the comic books. Magneto just ripped his skeleton out. At that point, that broke Xavier. He uses his psych powers, shut him down, put him in a coma state, whatever you want to call it, and then from there, Professor X was knocked out, and then from that happening, their dark hatred for what's going on in the world combines to become Onslaught. So I was like, holy shit, they're setting up the next season is going to be Onslaught.
Well, see, I'm glad you picked that because that's actually a storyline that I'm not familiar with. So, uh, I'm actually looking forward to looking into that.
Oh my dude, you
Yeah, I
gotta
want to
read
check
it.
that out. Sounds cool.
Yeah, it's
So,
man, you gotta read it.
thank
You're gonna be
you.
like, it's a page turner, bro.
Yeah.
It's a page turner, man. I mean, and I think, man, it's been a while. I need to reread it, but Onslaught almost won. And one thing about almost won is that
Well,
he,
don't spoil it.
oh, well, I mean, we're supposed to talk about it first. You know what? I'm not gonna spoil it. I want you to read it.
Thank you.
You know, like, thank you.
So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do another pick of mine, but this is one you haven't seen. We did not talk about this earlier, and it's not necessarily a storyline.
All right.
It's an anthology, but if and again, this is my weird fascination with dark stuff, but it's hilarious too, and it's a collection of one comic book, and it's really cool. I hope you check this out. Please get it if
All
you
right, I
haven't
will.
already. Creep Show.
Creep I know about Creep Show.
Okay, we're good then.
But is that your all-time favorite though? Because
No,
you choose the Killing Joke, you did the Watchmen,
I'm gonna
you
say
did
the
the
Watchmen.
Batman Who Laugh,
The Watchmen's my favorite.
but you still have one more to talk about.
Oh, that one. Oh, this is not my favorite. And I can't really like I love this storyline, but at the same time, I haven't read it in forever.
Oh,
But I found it at Second and Charles for penny a page day. So I need to go back and reread this.
Penny a
I
Page
just
Day.
picked it because I was like, ooh, I have this and I loved it. I haven't read this in forever. I can't even tell you when this came out. Oh, they dedicated it to Christopher Reeve.
Oh,
It's dope. Yeah, it's by Mark Wade and Alex Ross. It's so cool. When the hell is it? 97? 96? 96. Yeah.
the Kingdom Come.
Yeah,
You
Kingdom
tell me
Come.
anything about it?
The artwork is dope.
Mm,
It's like it's the DC heroes that are a lot older.
right. Like that's the
So
one where Superman has like the grays in his head, right?
yeah, Superman's looking like Christopher, like
Richard Reed,
no,
Doctor Strange.
no, Nolan, Grayson,
Oh,
Omni Man, Invincible.
I'm sitting there like, ooh, what are we talking about here?
You kept saying stuff and it kept messing me up. I was like, I have the name in my head. Like, shut up. But I want to give that a read. I don't know if you've read it or not, but you need to get it and read it.
Yeah.
Um, I think you'll, I think you'll love the storyline.
I'm going to. I'm actually going to look at like so. I'm gonna bring up an app real quick. So this app is actually like the Netflix of comic book. So you know if you have like Marvel Unlimited, you can read any Marvel comics. And I think the same with DC. But there's one I downloaded, but I really got around to Global Comics. You ever heard of that? It has like everything from Hellboy, Witchblade, Marvel, like everything.
And this
It
is an
said you create
app.
an account, huh?
It's an
It's an
app.
ad, like like a Netflix, but for comic books. You can read it on your phone. I haven't really. I just downloaded it today. I still haven't created an account or anything for it. So
I like the physical media.
yeah, me too. Like when it
Well,
comes
there's something.
when it comes to books, like no e-read, comic books, video games, physical media. Like I like to have the
Yeah,
physical copies of stuff.
yeah,
So
same. I
yeah,
have a record player. I love the
you have the actual old
taking
school
it.
record player.
Yeah,
That's what's up, man. That's
Yeah,
cool.
I have a pretty solid vinyl collection.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna talk about my all-time favorite comic book storyline,
Tell me, tell
and
me.
it's the Age of Apocalypse. Now,
Yeah,
the Age of Apocalypse, I also think that X-Men '97 is also leading up to that too, because at the end, someone goes back in time and they actually meet Apocalypse before he becomes Apocalypse. So I'm like, oh, are they setting up Age of Apocalypse? But at the same time, spoiler alert, if you guys don't watch X-Men '97, Gambit dies, and in the comic book, Gambit is actually one of his horsemen. I think he's like deaf or something. The thing is, Wolverine, Angel, and Gambit all became a horseman for Apocalypse. So
he's
not at
had
the
a
same
lot.
time, but you know what I mean. Like he got them somehow. So Gambit
Yeah,
dies,
yeah.
and I feel like that's going to be leading up to the Apocalypse storyline. But I don't know if it's going to be Age of Apocalypse or what. But I'm really hoping to do Onslaught. But with the Age of Apocalypse story, I like it because it tells a different side, like an alternate universe, right? So in this storyline, Professor X's son Legion, he wanted to do his dad a favor and kill all his enemies so he could achieve his goal for peace with humans and mutants. And he went back in time and he tried to kill Magneto, and Charles Xavier intervened, sacrificed himself. So that kind of broke Legion. But at the same time, that is when Magneto realized Xavier's plan, like his dream. Like even though he knew what his dream was, but he started growing more. I would say he had more appreciation because Professor X sacrificed himself for Magneto. So in turn, he wanted to pay Professor X back and decided to form the X-Men. But with that being said, Apocalypse noticed what was going on, and he already had a plan to attack, North America, whatever. So he decided to do it there because at that time, the X Men, everything was disbanded, so they were at a weakened state. So he's like, it's now or never. So Apocalypse eventually end up taking over North America, end up making a I would say the Culling, which is like the Holocaust version of mutants killing humans. Like he just round them up and everything. And
Yeah.
with that comic book series, I what I liked about that saga is that they had so many teams. Like the X Men had so many teams. You have the X Force and stuff like that. They had that,
Yeah.
but they had the
You
external,
have
which
the
was led by
Avengers, you have
Gambit.
the West Coast Avengers.
Yeah, but in this one, yeah, so in the storyline, Magneto, he broke down the teams. So you had the Excalibur, what was led by Nightcrawler, Mystique, and Switchblade or Switchbase. I forgot his name. They were more of the reconnaissance, right? And he had External, which was led by Gambit. That was his team. And he had Sunspot, Jubilee, and I forgot who else. And then Gen X was led by Colossus and Shadowcat. The thing about Gen X, though, and that Generation X team, that one fell. They fucked up royally, like really bad. they it got to the point where they did a rescue mission to get Magic, which is Colossus's sister, but in turn they had to face Sugarman, which he's a badass bad guy. Like he could kill people. Like
Did you
he's
say
bad.
Sugar Man?
Sugar, look him up. Tell you, he is like he is bad. He's a badass. So during that fight, they know that Colossus noticed that his team might not make it out alive. So he left them behind and took his sister. So he sacrificed his team to rescue his sister. So I thought that was really messed up. And then you had the two X Men team. I think they were like the Astonishing X Men and Amazing X Men. But to me, it's the old school X Men Blue team, X Men Go team. So you had Quicksilver and Storm leading one team, and then you had the other team was led by Rogue and Sabretooth. And then you had what they call Weapon X. Wolverine was never called Wolverine in this timeline. He was still going by Weapon X, but he also was dating
What is
Greg.
what is this?
What? What?
Sugar Man.
What?
Sugar Man.
Yeah, yeah. I tried to look him up. But I would say Age of Apocalypse was really, really badass. That was one of my favorite ones, and I really hope they create a storyline in X-Men '97 or they make a movie out of it because I mean, Apocalypse is a badass. He's always been a badass. He's always been one of my favorite supervillains. And I think this would be really cool. And the fact that in this one, he indoctrinated the Summers family. So Havoc was a bad guy. He was one of his lieutenants. And then Cyclops was one too. But in this timeline, even though Cyclops was working with Apocalypse, he was still trying to help save people. He was like a double agent. And Beast was playing, and Dark, they call him Dark Beast in this one. I thought he was really cool. But he played like the Mr. Sinister of this timeline. Like he was always experimenting on humans and mutants. So definitely. That's another. If you haven't read Age of Apocalypse, you should.
Okay.
That is one of my favorites. That one, Onslaught, top tier for me. I could read them constantly, and
Nice.
I was so geeked out, and like at the end of X-Men '97 when Magneto pulled out his skeleton, Wolverine skeleton. I'm like, oh, they're setting up Onslaught. They're setting us up, and I'm like, I really hope to God they do it. Like,
I remember when the MCU started getting going,
mhm.
and when the first Captain America came out, and Bucky fell off that train.
Yeah,
Like you're like, what? No, like he becomes the Winter Soldier, and he becomes the next Captain America. I'm like, I think they're gonna make more, buddy. Calm down, just chill out a little, just a little. You're
what?
like, no, that's bullshit. Ah!
Yeah,
I was like, oh my god,
I was upset.
yeah, I could tell, dude. I remember me and you like we were calling each other when like Iron Man 2 trailer dropped, and we're all, oh my god, look it up, I'm geeking out.
That'd be one of the worst movies ever.
It was so stupid.
Yeah, but I have to say,
Whatever.
Whiplash did look cool. I think the Whiplash looked cool
Sure,
compared to his comic book adaptation. Like, oh my god, he looks cool. He looks a lot better.
I'll give you that.
Yeah,
I submit.
you submit. Appreciate it.
Submit. That was good.
But no,
But
I
yeah,
mean, it's Apocalypse. You definitely got to read Onslaught. You're gonna geek out,
yeah,
man.
I'm gonna. Um, yeah. Did you have any more?
Well, I got honorable mention, but those right there, those are my top four favorite.
Okay.
I mean, you
I
got
have
Batman. What's that?
I have something that's gonna lead up to the next episode.
Right. What was that?
We're talking about manga.
Right.
So I have a new favorite. I don't know how long it's been out. I didn't I didn't do my homework, but
Mm.
I will say this. It got recommended to me. Um oh yeah, if y'all go anybody goes out to these comic book stores or secondhand stores or anything like that, and people have recommendations, check them
Mm.
out. You might like
Yeah,
them. Ajin,
I heard of that. I think Tanae knows about that one.
I already finished this one. Starting on the second one. There's a bunch of these. And then I found out that there's crap. It's on Netflix. They actually made an anime.
Oh, then on Netflix.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be checking that out soon.
Okay, check that
To
out.
see what I like what I did is like, I started watch when Invincible came out, like the comics came out years ago for Invincible,
Right.
and then, the show comes out. I'm like, oh hell yeah, this is awesome. Then I went and got all of them. So I have all three of the main compendiums.
Mm.
So after what season just came out? Four?
I have not watched one episode of Invincible. I haven't watched The Boys season 5 yet either. I know.
So they changed. So from the comics to the cartoon for
Mhm.
Invincible, they changed little things. It's not a big deal. Just watch it. It's so good. Get the comics, read them. They're so good. And what pissed me off is when they introduced Thrag in the show.
Hmm.
I know you don't know who I'm talking about. You
Oh, I know who
probably
you're
do.
talking about because social media.
Well, they
I know what the
like, yeah,
character
but
is.
but like when Thrag first appeared, you had all these people going online making videos like, oh, who the hell's this guy? Like, and I'm like, read the comic books. Like, this dude's the goat
It's a
in this
goat
universe.
in this universe. Yes.
Goku whoops ass.
Okay, I would
I
say
think
Ken.
I think Krillin can nerf the
I'm about
Viltrumite.
to say when it comes to comic books and
Don't
anime,
don't get me started.
Krillin can knock out a lot of people. But come on now.
Yeah, yeah. I
So,
think we're gonna have to have a whole month worth for just Dragon Ball.
oh my God, dude, I
Oh,
love Dragon
oh,
Ball. I can talk about Dragon Ball all day.
guess who's watching Dragon Ball Z with me now?
Cassie.
Yep,
Oh, sweet.
and
How
she
about
likes
that?
it.
She likes it.
Yeah, she doesn't like admitting it. I don't care.
Remember, I'm getting Vegeta. You're getting Goku.
No, I'm
Yes,
dibs. I call dibs.
Vegeta. No.
Vegeta, yes.
Like, who the hell's a Kami? Kami's a god, but I'm standing right here.
You really believe your own hype? I am the
No,
hype.
I'm sorry. Team Four Star. They're Dragon Ball. Like it's legit what Dragon Ball should have been.
No,
And Nell and Piccolo and their brain talking to each other.
yeah.
Makaka, Makakazan. No gun. Shit, that's a good one. Oh man, I love to our listeners and viewers. I'll definitely recommend if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, if you haven't seen Dragon Ball Z Abridged on YouTube from Team Four Star, give it a go. It is by far the best version of Dragon Ball without being Dragon Ball. So they made Vegeta who Vegeta should have been, and Piccolo who Piccolo should have been.
Yeah. But again, that's another.
Yeah, I know that's another episode, another topic, but I can't wait because I could talk about that all day, every day. I mean, damn, there's been times me and you both talked about it,
Yeah.
but what is out of all your storylines you mentioned, what is one you wish they made a modern version of for like live action?
Last Ronin.
Ninja the Turtles, Last Ronin. That would have
They
been
they they talked about doing it and they got scrapped.
yeah. What the hell was that about? And it's supposed to be a sequel to the original Ninja Turtle movie. Like the I forgot the actor's name, but the one who played April O'Neil, she was approached to reprise her role to be the April
Yeah.
for Dub.
Yeah. I mean, that's perfect because in that storyline, April's an old woman.
Yeah, I mean
Perfect timing.
Casey's dead. I mean,
Shut up.
I know spoiler alert, but at this time, if you're listening to us, you should know that what we're talking about.
Not
We want
not
critiques
everybody's
from you guys. Like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about here and there, or but
not everybody's read this stuff.
not everybody. That's true. But if they haven't, they should.
Yes, they should.
Damn, I would say Last Ronin is my honorable mention. It's not my top four, but definitely my top 10 when it comes to storylines.
Last Ronin's top five for me.
Last Ronin top five, so it's already up there. Okay, I'll say my top 10 because you got Death in the Family, Batman one. That one's really cool. Death of Superman. Um, X-Men versus Avengers or whatever it is. Civil War.
Yeah, I think my eyes over here.
Oh, the sun's getting in your eyes. I just say, man, there's a lot of really good storylines, but yeah, the last Ronin, yeah, it's definitely up there. And that came out recently, what, a couple years ago?
Hmm.
Yeah, that came out recently. Oh my God.
So good. So good.
Yeah. I think this is the second time we're talking about it. I think one of our first episodes we talked about the last Ronin. So people were like, "Why are you talking about this?" And it's not in their top five or top four storylines. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm hanging out here. I need to grab something to eat. I'm starving.
Yeah. Yeah. I need more coffee.
You need coffee. Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
This is
you got coffee and
my
seafood.
Bad Batch mug that I painted.
I still haven't watched that show. Dude, I just finished Obi-Wan.
You know what a disappointment you are. I don't even know why I talk to you.
You know what? You know why you're a disappointment? Stash, bro.
Okay. Y'all have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night. Talk to you guys later.
Peace.
Peace.